The Children's Museum is such a vibrant atmosphere, and of course, children are everywhere. So we just wanted to take a peek into what's happening now. I'm China Terrell, and we are here today with Ann Beckoff of the Minnesota Children's Museum. Ann, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to All Things Access. Well, Ann, we're here at the Minnesota Children's Museum, and it is a fun environment. I have to tell you, when I walked in, the kids are laughing and jumping and playing, and there's just vibrancy in this place. How long have you been with the Children's Museum?
I've been here for 8 years. I'm the Director of Education and Exhibit Development. My department makes sure that all the exhibits and programs that we have a really strong educational foundation and are based on educational research and what's happening in schools these days, and also in parent and preschool education. And then also we develop the exhibits that we have here on site at the museum, and also exhibits that are rented out to other children's museums around the United States.
And I understand, Ann, that you have a background in the St. Paul Public School System yourself as a teacher.
Yes, that's right. I taught for many years in the St. Paul Public Schools and taught at Museum Magnet School, which got me really interested in the museum field. And now I work with the St. Paul schools on our school partnership that we have. All 4-year-old kindergartners, first and second graders from St. Paul come to the museum for a field trip, and some of them come for a class, and it's all based on some of the curriculum that they're doing in their classrooms, and we support it here by all the fun activities that we have to enrich their classroom activities.
Let me ask you about the Children's Museum. It's been around for 25 years. So how did it get started?
It started in 1981, and it was in a small warehouse in Minneapolis, and it was started by 3 mothers. Okay. And those women are still involved here in the museum as volunteers.
Really? Mm-hmm. The matriarchs.
Yes, that's right. They are the matriarchs. And then in 1985, it moved to Bandana Square and was there for 10 years. They needed more space. And then in 1995, we moved here to our building in downtown St. Paul.
What are some of the current exhibits?
Well, we have our exhibit Run, Jump, Fly, which is about physical activity for children, and it gives them an opportunity to try all kinds of different activities and see what they really like, because we know if it's an activity they like, they're much more likely to be active.
How does the museum get its financial resources to sustain the activities and develop new programs?
Well, about 60% of our funding comes from our admissions, and then we also receive funding from foundations connected to some of the large businesses around here, and so we write grants to get funding from those sources, and also there are federal funds and some state funding that help support us too.
For parents who say, I would love to go to the Minnesota Children's Museum, I want my kids to be involved, but sometimes I feel like I just don't have the money, what's the message to them?
Well, we do have a program for families, low-income families who could not afford the museum. It's called our Access Program, and they can get free family memberships, and then we also have a similar type of program for schools where they get discounted memberships to the museum as well.
Can individuals donate to the Children's Museum to help support the activities?
Yes, definitely. We have a development department that works with individuals to help them see what particular things they'd like to fund and to encourage them to support the museum financially as well.
And then what's your favorite activity or exhibit, whether leading or participating here at the Minnesota Children's Museum?
Well, one of my favorite activities to lead is on our Spark Cart, which is a cart that we bring out at certain times of the day. And we have a program called Paint Your Face. And children are able to take non-toxic washable crayons and actually decorate their own faces. And they look in mirrors to do this, and when you're leading the program, you're across from them, so you can watch the joy in their face as they're decorating their own face. And it's fun to go out in the skyways in downtown St. Paul, and you can recognize who's been at the Children's Museum by the decorated faces.
And just if you could talk to them a little bit about the missions and the values of the Children's Museum.
Well, the Children's Museum mission is sparking children's learning through play. So we're offering experiences that are fun for children and that are fun for families to do together and create some family memories. But while they're doing that, the children have the opportunity to learn as well. And we have exhibits in the areas of science and art and literacy and culture. So they're able to have a broad variety of experiences here that are fun for them. Plus they can just blow off some steam when they need to.
And thank you so much for your time here today.